Hey everyone, Eric Nelson here once again, and thank you for tuning into my YouTube channel. For today, I am going to be doing a book review, which I will be reviewing Jade Lee's Seduced by Crimson. Now, before I get into the actual details of the book, let me just say that this is actually part of a series which is called the Jade Lee Romantic series. Now, this book is actually number 4 in the series, but I believe it's actually very well written and very well read on its own. So, now, if you want to go in chronological order with the series and read from book 1 to wherever it ends, yeah, by all means, to do that if you want to. But of course, if you just want to read this book only, since I'm recommending it, yeah, do that as well. I mean, there are a couple of things that you may need to read from the other books, but still, it is a great book all on its own. So, and I would assume that all of the other books are great because I love, because I really like this one too. So, so anyways, oh, and also, before I get into the details, I do want to say this. Do not be fooled by what I would call the teaser of the titles. And what I mean by that is how it's called Seduced by Crimson. Now, to all of the romantic and erotic fanatics out there, this book isn't what I would consider romance, and definitely not erotic. The romance in here is only used as a plot device. I would kind of put this as an adventure, or like a suspense, or they can both be as well. But the romance, I really wouldn't put that as a genre in this book, only as a plot device. So anyway, back to the details of this book. This book is actually set in a futuristic Los Angeles, and where it was actually called at one point Crimson City, where it was being run or invaded, I should say, excuse me, by evil spirits, and they would go around. Now I actually would like to use the word invaded, because when the evil spirits were around, they would go around the whole city and murdering people. And it was actually they were actually being all of the demons were actually part of this thing called they were being run by the Phoenix. They were being I'm so sorry. They were being run by the Phoenix tier, and they were which is controlled by in the story. They are being controlled by monks, and they come from this gate. And but the only way to close the gate and kill off all of the evil spirits is to get a Phoenix tears tier, and then once you would put that on the gate, then it would go away. However, in present time, they would the gate is actually opened up again, and all of the evil spirits come out, and one and well, no, not one, two of the victims of the evil spirits are the parents of this one scientist by the name of a Pad Lewis. And the mother's last words to him directions on how to murder the brand new Phoenix, brand new Phoenix tier, and whose name is Exao, and the only way to close down the gate again, or the easiest way. Well, it's not so easy, but it is the easiest, which of course isn't so easy. And what he needs to do is to get Exao to fall in love with him so that she can get close to him, and he would have to kill her and not use any of her tears, but her actual blood to throw on the gate, which would close. So once he finally goes to confront her, he finds that she now, you know, he does find her to be a little intimidating, but of course inside she's actually kind of shy and real vulnerable. So of course, deep inside she's not the stereotypical villain. Even as we're reading, before we meet her, she seems really evil, but she's actually real vulnerable. Now, of course, when these two clash, what is the end result? Well, that's up to you, the reader, to find out. Because as you know, within my other book reviews, I like to provide the sort of like a back of the book type of reviews. So anyway, what is my reaction? Well, as I said, I think this book is really good, as I said. Now, as I said before, it's part of a series, which is part 4, but as I said, it stands wonderful on its own. And also to sort of like get a better understanding with this book, I kind of find myself relating to Pat and Exao to to the superhero Batman and the villain Catwoman. Now, why I say that is because both men are heroes. However, they always try to avoid violence, and they always try to find a way to deal with a problem without ever having to murder anybody. Kind of look at all of the Batman movies. He does kill people, but he kind of wants to find a way not to, because he's probably thinking, well, if I do, I'll probably be tubing myself to their level. Now with Pat in this book, he does have to kill people, or well, no, not kill people, but to kill evil spirits, and also Exhale. Well, that is his mission, but he really doesn't want to. He's just sort of forced into the situation. Now with Exhale, she's sort of at least in my opinion, like Catwoman, where she's kind of drawn to Pat, and sort of but at the same time she's kind of she feels intimidated by him and wants to use her powers against him, sort of like how Catwoman is with Batman. So it's kind of like a love-hate relationship. So anyway, folks, as I said, this book is part of a series, but it stands wonderful on its own. So the book is called Seduced by Crimson, which is by Jade Lee, who is the author of many books. You can find her on Amazon or any other website, and you can get the book on the Kindle like I have. So I hope you guys get this book, and I hope to see you all at the bookstore or the bookstore.